Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with heavyweight Jerry Forrest. Jerry, good to see you. You're looking well. How's life?
Doing good, doing well. Training in shape. You know, good time to be a boxer.
Had a little flick through your Instagram before this interview. I had quite a bit of a deep dive, and I saw that back in the day you were able to do the backflip. Can you still do it?
Yeah, all that. I'm fully healed up now. I can do whatever. Backflip, cartwheels, run up the wall again. I'm good now.
I seen that. As you get older with fighters, naturally you'll lose some athleticism. Does the experience you gain negate the athleticism that you lose from your boxing career?
Yeah, I'm way better now. I'm a way better fighter than what I was 2 years ago. Smarter. I know a lot more about business and about boxing in general, about life. It's 2 years age. So yeah, the time off definitely helps you out with age. Yeah.
I seen that you've been doing some sparring with fighters, one being a fella by the name of Novitsky, I believe, and also Dudchenko. Talk to you about the sparring that you've been getting at the moment.
It's cool. Just good work. Trying to stay active. Uh, my manager, that's some of the guys that they've been working through. They were like in the Zing League camps. Some of the guys that I know were in the Zing League camp. Just connections in general. My manager called me up saying they needed help. Could I go help them out for a set? So we're on the show now. Cool time.
Whenever you're sparring fighters that you've never sparred before or experienced fighters that you sparred before, do you look at them with one eye at the future that this could be someone that you're in the ring with?
Nah, I mean, I'm a boxer. For me, it don't matter. Like we fight, we don't, we don't. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not really. It's not that I don't want to be friendly or have friends and enemies. It's just like I'm a boxer. So I mean, if I'm here, I'm gonna give you good work because I'm here. I need to work like every other fighter needs to work. And then if we fight, we fight. It's never anything personal.
What is the latest with yourself then in terms of getting back in action?
I'm looking to do possibly a couple of fights this year and early next year. Can't say what exactly. Trying to do some things, but yeah, hopefully if it all goes right, um, we'll try to have like 3 to 4 fights in the next maybe year and a half, or if not shorter, maybe 3 fights in a couple of months, and just get back into these good runnings. Get back to into the world pedigree, world rankings, things of that nature.
Fair enough. Let me get your thoughts in on the boxing and some of the fights that materialized since. I'd like to get your opinion on them, Jerry, as you have a good take on things, good finger on the
Sure.
pulse of some of the action. First of all, we saw recently that there was a fight between Martin Bakole and Jared Anderson, which was resoundingly won by Martin Bakole, who stopped Jared Anderson in that fight. What was your take on that performance from Bakole?
I mean, just a good old, he's an older fighter. He's a skilled fighter, and he can box. Jared Anderson is a decent fighter, but he's just a young athlete. Like I said, I took the fight without any real sparring from because of the simple fact of who he is. Again, like I said last time we talked, fights are indicative of each other. Styles make fights, people make fights. So it's like when you know who a fighter is, it's not really hard to kind of figure them out and know what you have to do. It's really easy to coach against anyone in this boxing game as long as you got a little common sense. Anyone can be beat.
I saw that Jared Anderson took to social media and he said words to the effect of "What the hell was I doing trying to stand and bang it out with Martin Bakole?"
Yeah. So with the Bakole fight, like it's kind of like I said with him and Michael Hunter. So when you have that fight and you have the Michael Hunter fight, what you don't have is the explosiveness of Michael Hunter being the athlete. Michael Hunter's not going to get touched. He's smart enough to not get touched. Where a guy like Jared Anderson's not smart enough to not get touched. Even with me with two shoulders, right? Almost knocked him out. Sure, cool. That's because you can manipulate a young fighter like Jared Anderson. You can draw him in. A guy like Michael Hunter, all he did against Bakole was just beat him on athleticism and staying out of his puncher's range. He's slower than me. He's slower than a guy like Michael Hunter. He's slower than Jared Anderson. It's just that you can't get touched by the punches. Javante Davis loses a couple of rounds, or he's going to lose the whole entire fight until he touches you. That's where the strong suit is. So when you know a guy has one hand punching power, two hand punching power, hand in the left, hand in the right, and they're both powerful, you don't bang it out with that guy. You would be crazy to bang it out with him. You have to beat him, score points. move around, get them tired, and when you get them tired, execute. Everyone has a chance. We're all human,
Hmm.
but at the same time, you got to have a strategy to beat a guy like that.
Having seen that fight materialize the way it did, and having, of course, been in the ring with Jared Anderson, do you feel he can contend at the high levels and win a world title?
I mean, that's on him and his team. Anybody can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's all about him, his will, his know-how, his get back. You know, resilience is built off of how you come back from a loss. I never have problems with nobody losing. I feel like you lose me had the best fights in the world. That's just how it goes. But I mean, one loss that don't determine nothing, two losses don't. I mean, it's all about your comeback. Foreman came back, shit, what, 50? Like, as long as you got that fight and that willpower, the only person that can close the book on yourself is you.
Hmm. The other fight I wanted to ask you about then as well too is Jarrell Miller versus Andy Ruiz. It was called a draw between the two. How did you see the fight?
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, for sure.
Was that a good display to you for heavyweight boxing? Yes,
I mean, it's all relative, I guess, but it wasn't the greatest display of heavyweight boxing. No.
it was just good entertainment, correct?
Hmm.
And that's what we got.
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? They were good filming. Like, you got two guys, end of the day. Again, when Tyson Fury got in shape the one time in his life against Usyk, you seen a six pack, right?
Hmm.
First time ever.
Hmm.
Well, not even a six pack, but you seen the ripples in his stomach a little bit.
Hmm.
For a guy like Andy Ruiz, right? Okay, you got the kid. Is it what's the kid that used to be a fat kid? He's skinny. He was in boxer gym for his last fight. Damn, he has a brother too that boxes. Spanish kid, not Barrios. He was at boxer
Oh,
gym for his
you're
last fight.
talking about Rodriguez.
He used to be like a big guy.
Um,
No, 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 no. So this is guy. I feel they call him Little Mike Tyson. Shit, I know him and his family too. It's just terrible. But they call him Little Mike Tyson. Him and his brother are world champions. I just can't think of their names. He was in one of the Creed movies. But anyway, um, like they're fat kids, right? And like they're fat kids and they're still fat kids. And I'm only saying that in the sense that when you train hard, eventually something's going to change. They've never changed the training habits. They've never changed their eating regimens. They've never changed anything to make them better. So what you got on that fight is what you get. You know what I'm saying? A couple of big guys, they can throw a few combinations. And I mean, they're pretty much trying to knock each other out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's really hard because they're not going to try to gas out. And that's pretty much what you get with them. But they're good, entertaining fighters. Like I said, they throw a lot of punches. It's just never a lot of power.
do you see someone like Ruiz ever getting back to the heights of when he stopped Joshua?
He answered the call that day.
Hmm.
Um, can he get back? Anyone can. You just have to change your training. Like I said, those guys shape their figures, their form. None of that ever changes. So it's just kind of like, when does it? When are you going to train? Stop eating crazy. When are you going to do the right things to really be great? And I mean, you can do it one or two ways. You can do it the way you've been doing it to change something. I don't see guys like that changing nothing.
I want to get your take on this specifically. My colleague Radio Rahimi interviewed Derek Chisora recently, and he was asked about the Jared Anderson fight, and he said that look, when it comes to some of the American fighters, he said that they don't really have that dog in them. They can't really, I guess, dig inside and go to that wheelhouse and really kind of fight like that. Do you agree with what Chisora was saying at all?
So just talking. I mean, me just being honest. I mean, I'm listen to me. I'm gonna be honest. Chisora can't beat me. I said, listen to me. He's all right. What what he's telling you is that he's a tough guy,
Hmm.
and all he does is brute shit. Like that. That's what that sounds like to me. That sounds like an opinionated person. He's telling you how he fights. What I can tell you is, anytime that I've ever went to England, I've been bringing as a specialist, and they don't just bring you in as a specialist for no reason. First of all, the world champions out there respect our boxing. Let's be real. And Tyson Fury wants to be like an American boxer. He's one of the best heavyweights out there. Usyk was getting beat the hell up by Michael Hunter first couple of rounds. Usyk went back and got his footwork better. So what are we talking about? like, be serious. Usyk footwork is where it is because an American fighter was dominating him. Tyson Fury wants to be an American boxer as he loves to sweat. Like, what are like Chisora is just a guy that can't box real well. He's just a brute. So that's what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. I appreciate your response there. I want to get your thoughts as well too in the main as well about AJ versus Dubois. Now we touched on it briefly in our last interview, but I wanted to get your thoughts as well too on, and something that came into my mind when thinking about this fight with Dubois is after the defeat to Alexander Usyk the second time round, AJ took the mic and he admitted, "Look, I'm not a 12-round fighter for a heavyweight, and in the heavyweight division, how many heavyweights do you feel aren't actually full 12-round fighters?"
To his to a rekindle, a guy like Chisora, a guy like me. Um, I mean Usyk. I mean, I guess you could say Fury. AJ. I mean, AJ's a good fighter. He's not a 12-round fighter. I think he is. I mean, I will say AJ has some power. I mean, but we all do. But I will say that that's a good way to look at it. I've actually recently thought about the same type deal. I'm like, I can box my ass off for 10 and 12 rounds easily, and that's fine. I'm like, but my power really precedes me. I don't really push the gun because I know I can box. And I was actually thinking the same thing. Like, it may make way more sense for me to just start stopping cats and not necessarily going for the knockout, but just working my power way more than what I've been working it and make it an easier fight. You know, we kind of go in reverse of what Floyd Mayweather did. You got to look at the small fighters. If they're getting the knockouts real early in their career, it may do a wear and tear on them to where in the end they want to be a longer fighters, more resilient. You know, back up, go 12 rounds. For us, if you really think about it, it makes more sense for us to get them out there in a couple of rounds because we take a different kind of beat for 12.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I can't disagree with him. I've actually been thinking the same thing. I'm like, damn, like, am I really a 10-round fighter, a 12-round fighter? Or like, should I be going for these gusto knockouts? Because that's actually what I'm really primed to do. So,
Of
yeah,
the
I can't.
of the two, who do you feel will come up with their hand raised at the final bell?
I got to go with AJ. AJ, he's getting better. He's hitting harder. He's strong, smart. Yeah, I got to go with AJ.
When you say he's getting better in his last few fights, what have you seen that's improved in his game?
Well, no, I mean just talking to him, talking to his camp, just knowing the person, knowing that he wants to get better every second of every day. You know what? It's one of those things where I don't have to really, I don't even for his next fight, for instance, I'll talk to him, but I'm saying I don't have to talk to him to know the kind of guy he is. He has integrity. So he's the guy that's going to work whether the cameras are on or off. His team's going to work whether the cameras are on or off. And you don't have a lot of guys that are like that. You know what I'm saying? So he's an integrity type of guy. He's not just here. Of course, we're all here to make money, but he's not just a fluff kind of guy here to make the money. He's actually making the money, and he has that want and that will to get better.
When you look at Dubois as the fighter, what's the main danger you feel he poses?
Big power, big power, but maybe seeable punches.
Hmm.
You know, AJ's gonna have to definitely watch his power. The thing is, I mean, Dubois is like a robot, right? Him and Joe Joyce, they're not really like, mechanical, real slick guys. The thing is, we all have power as heavyweights. So anytime that they throw a punch, we can get knocked out.
Hmm.
So I would say be mindful of the Giants' power, or he's a big, thick guy. So if AJ can just stay away from his power, be smart, fight a smart fight, AJ should have.
Is this one of those fights? Because when it's talked about in the UK, it's like whoever essentially lands the cleanest punch first is gonna get rid of the other one. Is it as simple as that?
For me, yeah, that's why I'm saying for me, I'm starting to think about I might as well just start like really, really just displaying my talents of power because it's that easy. Um, Everybody's human. And when you have power and you can just hit a button, listen to me. Anyone can go night night. It doesn't matter who you are. You you can train a lot of things. You can't train your chin.
Hmm. So this won't be a fight where it's one on IQ, boxing IQ, I
Well,
should say. Sorry, proper.
always. Oh, well, AJ's gonna have to outthink it. He's gonna have to definitely outthink it. It's gonna what I in my opinion is gonna be a slow fight in the sense that the boss is gonna make it slow.
Hmm.
But again, AJ is there to get better He's there to land hard shots, and he's AJ's there to take the wheel from him. He's there to make you want to stop fighting.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. If Dubois can land a good shot, listen, it's anybody's game.
And lastly, for myself, Jerry, just a thought on the undisputed. Well, it won't be for the full undisputed rematch between Fury and Usyk. It's now been confirmed that Tyson Fury is sticking with his corner in the main of Sugar Hill Stewart, John Fury, his father, and Andy Lee to try and overturn the defeat to Alexander Usyk. Do you feel that that's the right decision for Fury?
He just lost. Remember before that fight, I tell you how I should go on either side. I mean, Usyk just did what he's supposed to do. You just can't be a sober. If anything, fight him again and really see what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's really, and again, if they fight again, both guys know the game plan for the other. Usyk doesn't have crazy power, and Tyson Fury's a big guy. Like I said, you got to wear Usyk down. You got to hit him with some punches. You can't let him outbrute you, and he's a smaller guy. I mean, Usyk, kill him with the footwork, make him work, get him tired, later rounds, knock him out because he deserved it. I mean, it's simple things. It's just on who's going to really execute, who's going to train the hardest, who's going to really put it on the line.
Jerry, it's a pleasure to pick your brain and your thoughts on these big fights. Thank you so much for speaking to Seconds Out. For all that want to follow you in your journey, where can they find you on social media?
JaredForrest.ko, Jared Forrest KO, Instagram, Facebook, Jared Forrest, you know what I'm saying? So y'all check me out, follow that.
Jerry, real pleasure. Thank you so much.
Much love, my guys. Y'all be safe.